Hi, this is Doug Vermeeren, and welcome to the Personal Power Minute, where we help you with regular episodes to achieve more, get to your goals, and create lasting change. It's interesting. People talk about outcomes and results, but what's the difference? What is an outcome and what is a result? Well, I guess the simplest way to define this is outcomes just happen. There's always going to be an outcome, no matter what you do. And sometimes those outcomes are bad, sometimes they're neutral, and sometimes they're very positive. But a result is something different. A result is a calculated return on the effort that you put in. Okay, so a result is actually more close to the achievement of a goal than it is simply a random outcome. And today I want to talk a little bit about getting to your results, the results that you really want, the dreams that you're looking to create. Now, it's interesting because when we talk about results and outcomes, we also have to attach that conversation to purpose versus goals. And I'd like you to just think about this for a minute. What's the difference between a purpose and a goal? Because a lot of people don't know that difference, and without knowing that difference, it's really difficult to achieve either. I'm going to share with you the way I understand it. A purpose is almost like listening to music. It's the journey that we enjoy, right? No one ever listens to music with the intention to get through the song as quickly as possible. Whereas with a goal, it's got a defined beginning and finish line, and we know when we have achieved it. A purpose is also much more like our legacy and the sort of the lifetime experience that we want to create, the principles that we live by. And of course, our goals are small steps along the way that help us to live our purpose. And so one of the things that's really important when we're talking about outcomes and results is we need to really understand what our end looks like in terms of our purpose, but also to be able to place those goals within it. In other words, if we don't know the major purpose of what we're trying to accomplish through our life, the legacy that we're looking to create, it's very hard to create those smaller goals that will fulfill that grander purpose, right? So one of the exercises that I love to do with my students is to in fact set up a 60-second clock, so 60-second timer, and have you list your top 10 goals right now without thinking. Okay, so for those of you at home, maybe pause this video for a minute, set a stopwatch for 60 seconds, and write down your top 10 goals, and then come right back to us. Okay, so welcome back. Most likely you've gotten out your top 10 goals. If you haven't, shame on you. Do this exercise. It's going to really help you discover what your purpose is. The interesting thing is when we use that 60-second timer, what it does is it shuts off the logical part of our brain and makes us write as fast as we can to get those 10 goals down. And we'll see that there's some common themes that begin to appear. The interesting thing is that all goals or all purposes really fall into 5 categories of success. I'm going to list those with us now. The first category is self. So some of these goals can have to do with things that are just important to you personally. Again, they could even deal with your self-worth, your self-esteem, and so forth. But they are goals that maybe you wouldn't even share with anybody else, things that are just really special and particular to you. The next area of success that most people set their goals around is maybe spirituality. And this could, again, be something to do with your religion or your faith, but it typically is, again, a connection between you and spirit. And I'm not going to tell you, sort of what you should believe or what have you. We'll get into more details about what this means later, but it really is your connection to things of the spirit. When those two are met, oftentimes the next one that people set goals around is health. And that can be such things as weight loss, or maybe it's quit smoking, or maybe it's, a fitness goal or what have you. But health is the next level up. After that, we see typically relationship goals, which again could be either with your significant other or members of your family, people in your network, could even be, to improve the relationships within your business or what have you. And lastly, abundance. Okay. Now, you may or may not have goals in each of those areas, but guaranteed you're going to have some goals in some of those areas. And the thing that I found that's very interesting is as we've taught this over the years, generally a person cannot get to the abundance, the wealth, and the abundance of time, or the abundance of everything in their life, unless they have met the prerequisites. So for example, abundance generally comes from improved relationships, and improved relationships generally come through a healthy feeling of ourselves, right? And of course through our spirituality and ourself. And if we don't even have ourselves sorted out at the beginning, it's very difficult to get to the end on abundance. Now, with those goals that you've written, I'd like you to take a minute with them, look at them carefully, and remember this: that a goal that is specific and clear becomes attainable and near. Again, I'll say that one more time. A goal that's specific and clear becomes attainable and near. So take a minute to craft that goal in such a way that it's very, very specific. So number one, that you'll recognize where it fits in regards to your purpose. And number two, you'll recognize a definitive course of action on what you can expect to recognize that goal has been accomplished and completed. Again, a goal that is specific and clear becomes attainable and near. And I'm going to leave that with you today. And in our next visit, we're going to revisit this concept of purpose and goals and how to look at how to get to work on these goals in such a way that your success is ensured. So for today, I remind you, don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet already, and we'll see you at the Personal Power Mastery Minute next time.